Sally. Welcome, darling. Nope, all went out there. Yes, it is a glorious day, Marcia. Every day's a glorious day now, huh? I gotta say a prayer real quick. You can hear me breathing. I'm taking some deep breaths right now because this is going to be a very shocking show. Let's cut the music. All right, so just really quick, let me just leave it right there for a second until we get this show started here. Okay, before I open the show, I'm going to put up a little disclaimer. What you're about to see is going to be very shocking, okay, very unnerving, disturbing, but that's nothing new at this show, okay? So when I say sit down, I want you to sit down because what you're about to see could probably shock some people, and I don't want anybody passing out, having a heart attack, or anything like that. So, all right, let's get this show on the road. Here we go. As you can tell, I'm a nervous wreck already. So, let me just kind of let that sit there for a minute. Okay, this is the thumbnail, and we'll go through all of this frame by frame. But right here, I'm just going to zoom in to our thumbnail. Everybody take a nice deep breath, okay? Because what you're about to see is going to be a little crazy, not make sense, or maybe to some people. Okay, can you see the face? The eye, the nose, the mouth. Half the face is lit up on one side down to the jaw. Here's the mouth, the nose. There's an eye right there. An eye with a white pupil. There's the other eye right there in white. There's also a secondary eye in black. And you can see this ghostly image of what looks to be the one-eyed gal from Futurama. Nina, or I don't know her name. Nina, I think is the name of this character from Futurama. Or you might see something else there, but when we put this into motion, it will make you jump out of your skin. So what you're seeing already is quite disturbing. So before I put this into motion, I just want to thank you guys first, right now, while I got it composure, for taking a moment of your precious time to be here at this channel and be part of this precious family. Okay, this is way more than just a YouTube live stream. Many of you understand how this family works, and you are participants. So thank you for a moment of your precious time. Okay. Oh, God, my voice is rattling or just shaking my chest right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this into motion here. And there's some other frames that are going to really detail this as well. So let me just kind of get there. And there's also a dog in the background behind this face. Once it comes out, look at the puppy dog right here. See him? That's the dog that we have here in our house. Pretty crazy stuff, okay? And a little scary too, because what you're seeing is real, okay? This is NASA's instrument catching this stuff, all right? This is God's handiwork. When I showed you signs in the moon, and there's signs in the sun, of course, signs in the moon with my face next to the moon. Well, here we are the very next day, a couple days later, whatever, with my face next to the sun. All right, bear with me. I'm just a little rattled right now. And we're going to go through this frame by frame too. So let me just back out of this a little bit. That's why I tried to go with a gentle opening there with the beginning of the show. So let me just catch this opening frame. You can tell I'm struggling right now, trying to gain my composure as we're doing the show. So thank you for your patience, tolerance, and okay. So here we are. Let me take a sip here. Okay, our opening frame, December 11th, 2024. And we're going to start plugging along. You can see our two little spire regions already going off here. You can watch some little objects coming out of here. Just because I know how real this is. You guys have reason to still. Boy, here we go. Now, down here at the spire region, these act like compass needles as these objects come in. Now, you can see this one making indentation in the instrumentation here. There's another one coming out here. There's stuff going on back here with, stuff going around the sides. You can see the little plasma wings on whatever's going on here. I'm not really concerned about that right now. Okay, here's your little black object right here. Here's the other eye right here. Okay, so the other eye gets kind of hidden. It's this little black object, but as we kind of go through, you can see this face start to form. Here you can see really good plasma off of that one over on this side as well. Okay, here you can see this face is coming out. It's getting more defined. And maybe I'll darken this a little bit. And we'll go one more. Okay, now here in this image, you can see with this blank spot, the screen kind of went a little blank or whatever. It's got a different texture to it. And here you could really see this face defined with the eye in it. Even though it's got the gray bar in there, let's just go in on this frame right here. Okay, Now you can really see the eye, the other eye, and it's a real eye. It's there. You can see this other face over here. Now it's got two eyes. There's one there. Looks like she's got horns or whatever, but this little thing, and here's a smile. This face is bisected, white on one side, black on the other. You see the eye coming out. Okay, and then more plasma splashes over this eye, really defining it. Also telling a story of how this eye sees the plasma splashing over the black objects. And it paints the other eye. Okay, here we'll go forward. Sorry. I'll put it back into motion in a second here. Here, let's just go ahead and do that. You see the little puppy dog face at the end there. Yeah, there are a lot of faces. This is a huge, huge event right here, you guys. Spiritual event. It's the magnitude of that is so today being December 11th, right? December 11th. Usually stuff that leaves the sun gets here in about 3 days. Well, that would land on December 14th, the same day Mike from around the world was talking about a big spiritual event. Okay, yes, this is incredible. That's why I said you might want to sit down for this. I'm even going to darken it up. Oh, God, my heart is just shaking right now. Okay. I need a sip of water or something. So that's a real event, you guys. December 11th, 2024. Spiritual realm on display right there. I'll show you another face that we captured in the clouds that matches that one right there. All right. And then also I captured another face in the clouds today that I posted in the community, and we'll go over to that and try to tap into that tonight as well. So we're in for a long, shocking show, and this is just the beginning. Okay, so buckle up, sit. That's why I said sit down, because you should probably buckle up so you're not standing up and possibly passing out. It's me that I need to buckle down, because I'm the one that's a little rattled. Every time my face shows up like this, it's just unnerving. I'm getting used to it, but it's just like, Here, now what we're going to do is really twist your melon. I'm going to push it back this way. You see the other eye right now, right there? And this one in black, that one in white. So push it back. We're going to go into the negative. Ooh, we got Christmas lights up there. Let me pull it back. You can see in the negative, that face is there. That is a three-dimensional face. It's not just happenstance by a bunch of pixels coming together just right. And it's not pareidolia, your eyes or your brain manipulating. This is a face. You can see the other one on the other side. And I guess it's to prove a point with this cartoonish face, that who would put in a cartoonish face really faint in there? What that shows that it's a spiritual realm doing this. It's just there's a lot to wrap your head around right there. Okay, I showed you faces by my face by the moon, and now here's my face by the sun. Yes, that face is me. All of these faces I've been showing you are me. Stick around to the end of the show, you will understand why. Okay. You come over to this instrument and play with this. You can zoom in and stop it on this frame. This is number 46 of 80 over at spaceweathergmu.com. This is our regular instrument, and we're not. It's no nothing new that we've seen faces and stuff around this before, but it's just yeah. Okay, let's move on because we got more. Now, let me brighten this back up and try to continue on with the show. I need to get away from this because it's getting my little blood pressure up. Yes, I do get nervous sometimes. Yeah, they're all over the place in here. There's dog faces. We'll get into those here. Let's get into this. So as this event moves out of frame, our dog here at our house, it's a little like terrier chihuahua. His little face comes popping out right here. There's the ear coming up, the eye, the tip of the nose, tongue sticking out. All right, this is just the opening frame. Boom. Boom. And, it's down. Yeah, just to show you in black, there's a bulldog over here next to it. And this is a bulldog face. Well, maybe it's the next frame. Right there. Yeah, there it is. And I captured this bulldog today in the sky. Very similar to the image we saw before, but it's in black right here. I think maybe one more frame is where it's really clear. One more? No, it's back one. I think it's right there. Yeah, there it is, right there. You can see this little mouth down here, the eyes, the ears up here. So this dog face right here that comes out after this little chihuahua type one comes out, all right? And that's our little dog. And then this is one that looks like one that I had before when I was younger. Okay, this is real stuff. This is spiritual realm on display if you have eyes to see. Okay, now what I'm going to do is zoom back out, get this all proper like for you, okay, you guys? Yeah, very wolf-like. Yes, there's a lot of wolf images. Wolf is very important in all this, with the themology in here. Okay, so help me, Lord. I need to get zoomed out a little bit further back. Just all over the place tonight, so bear with me. Okay, we're going to start that back up, slide it on over. You see the face, you see the puppy dog face, the little bulldog over there. I might slow it down, and we might zoom back into that region just really quick, get a little bit better. Well, we got slow. There are multiple dimensions, multiple faces going on. So if you're seeing other stuff that I'm not pointing out, it's there. Okay, just because I'm not pointing it out doesn't mean it's not there. Sometimes if we pull back a little bit more, you get to see more. It's a little too close up. All right, you can come over to this instrument and look at it yourself, zoom in, all kinds of activity going on here around the sun. And like I said, if you guys been paying attention to Mike from around the world, he talked about December 14th being a very spiritual day, a spiritual event. You can see this black orb on that side get all defined too. Let's go. So anything that would be like coming off the sun takes about 3 days to get here. Well, look, this is headed right our way too. Yes, it goes horse, camel, dragon. Yeah, there are combinations in there. We get it best for your viewing pleasure here. Okay, you're welcome to come over here and visit this site, but I seriously take a deep breath, have a good foundation, okay? Now we gotta move on, okay, because that gets me a little woozy. Let's get on over here and get our solar report going too. Solar flux index is 161. It's down 11 points. Sunspot number is 114. It's down 11 also. So after those events, those little objects, probably 10 or 11 of them, a lot of these sunspots that were created from the magnetic interaction with those objects and the sun, once the event's over, they diminish. So we lost 7 sunspots. Areas in the green. Remember that puppy dog face that we saw in the sun just a couple of days ago? It's the same dog in that other video, in that on the sun, or coming by the sun. Yeah, you may have seen the Thunderbird. That's a huge spiritual event going on next to the sun, you guys. It's very, very well. Let's just move on. As you can see, pretty fluxed today. Let me go ahead and just zoom in on this. I need to kind of focus on other stuff too to distract me for a minute. Okay. Jesus. All right, here we go. So here's your bumpy ride today. Here's the faces, the cartoons, the dogs, everything all right there. Doesn't look like a zoo, but it was. Okay, and now we're having activity, just a little minor bit going into there. We could bounce back here and take a peek at that, just in case there's, oh, maybe not. It's not there. Oh, maybe it is. You guys probably don't want to see it anyway. It's probably nothing, but we're going to do it anyway, so tough. Oh, boy. Okay, this is the next couple of frames after what we just looked at, going into the future already. So there's another CME heading our way, it looks like. Big round. Something going on right there. You see the magnetic fields coming out. Let's back up. All right, so we hop in here at 024 with something big down below here, and you can see it spreading out over a circular fashion. So there's probably something right about here. This side not spread out as much, but it's kind of draping around something down below here. With this little satellite moon traveling along. Brian, do you have a personal connection to the lady's face? I've seen that face in the clouds many times. A lot of cartoon characters in the clouds too. And I think it's not so much the face itself, it's the character. There's a lot of character themes going on with these faces. We're going to get into that stuff deep tonight too. So, like I said, buckle up. Okay, let's put that back into motion, shall we? Okay, crazy times we live in. All right, so here's this little spike. There's our bump from the day. We just get that a little bit better for you. And there's a little peek into tomorrow. Okay, here we are, 3-day geomagnetic forecast, all clear for the next 3 days. That's beautiful. I hope that stands up, because December 14th, that whole mass might be coming our way. In fact, I have a really good feeling it wouldn't be going any other direction but towards Earth. And is there any other planet that sustains life that's like here? Oh, boy. Let's move on. X flare potential 5%. Yeah, I can see that. These two M flares were 6.7 and a 2.8. Okay, so we have some M flare activity. So far, our auroras are just pretty light. Can we have that, Lord, please? No, I did not. You really want to hit me with an ad? Watch this. Can we cancel that? Thank you. I click on this and it wants to send me to an ad. Amazing. AI, you're just artificial intelligence, not real intelligence. Anyways, as we move into our auroras, you can see they're kind of faint right now. That's good. We're not taking on a bunch of energy and absorbing it down to the core. Your typical solar wind energy right now. And then over here at your KP, you can see it's been pretty quiet. I'm getting a little questionable about their KP reports. Anyways, it's for now, it's all a little lower, but we could see an uptick if that stuff comes our way. So 3920, beta delta and growing, 3917 beta gamma. We have a delta configuration with 20, so that's the one, probably our little accident happened. Okay, so what have you, commercial pilots and longtime solar ham follower Matt Melanick, shares with us these photos he captured last night. Thank you, Matt Melanick. Okay, they're flying along, and here's auroras going on. All right, now let's see what we're tracking on this tracker since we're lacking some tracking. Yeah, they aren't throwing nothing right now. That event looked to be kind of coming our way. And when they're not showing it going in any direction right now, let's back on out of that and see what's going on over at this job. That's why I'm starting to get a little, just a little. So let's tap into this really quick. Bear with me just in case we see any kind of directional wave coming off of this. Yeah, they're not showing any kind of spike or anything like that. So moving backward out of that, backward out of that. We'll see in the coming days here. They're probably too shocked at what they saw on the instrumentation to even start reporting on it. Meanwhile, aurora's right here. M6.7 came out of that region right there. So when we come back to here and we back up, it was probably, it came out of this region on the right over here. So that was probably part of the other part earlier today. That stuff right there is cray cray, especially when it's my dog showing up again and just, yeah, let's move on. So we're done there, I think. Yes, let me open up a solar report over here at spaceweather.com. Bear with me, got technical difficulties tonight. All right, please, Lord, let it run. Lucy flyby of Earth today. Lucifer or Lucy? Okay. Lucy's a satellite, so NASA's Lucy spacecraft will slingshot past Earth today, December 12th, for a gravity assist en route to the asteroid belt. At closest approach, the spacecraft will fly just 220 miles above the Pacific Ocean. NASA says that astronomers may be able to see the spacecraft at sunset in Hawaii, with adding sightings of opportunities in Africa and South America later. Polar stratospheric clouds, these things are awesome. They're beautiful. Arctic skies are filling with color, but it's not the aurora borealis. It's a rare outbreak of the Grinch. Polar stratospheric clouds, PSCs, is underway. Even Nelson photographed the display from Troms, Norway, and captured the Grinch right there. The Grinch is the theme in all this, too. If you haven't seen it yet, let's try tilting it backward. Whoop. It was good right where it was, Brian. Leave it alone. Just point it out. Okay, stubby little nose, eyes, cap hanging over the disappointed mouth. He's looking down at something right here. This is a rainbow down below him that he's looking down at. But spiritual realm showing up all over the place, especially in these rainbow-colored clouds. When This is God trying to grab your attention to get you to look up the clouds, because these faces are all over the place. And we're going to talk about UFO activity tonight. Also, trying to draw your attention to what's in the clouds. And little did you know, on this report, we're going to see another spiritual event in the clouds. And I'll show you the Grinch and other stuff here. Okay, so my favorite clouds appearing this morning. It's the earliest arrival of the Grinch in December I've ever seen in Norway. Okay, come over. You can read this article. All sorts of great stuff about stratospheric clouds, rainbow clouds. They're up at higher elevation. Ice crystals freezing, light refracting off of crystals, bending light and causing different color spectrums. And peekaboo. Guess who's watching you? All right, pretty fun stuff, isn't it, at this channel? Not a boring moment at this channel. All right, bear with me. I'm going to try to do a Schumann report now. Take a deep breath for this one, you guys. All right, everybody take a deep breath. Here we go. Yeah. Maybe that explains some of the pain and a lot of the confusion, a lot of the temperament and miscommunication, and all kinds of great stuff comes along with this stuff. So, as you can see, it's been a bumpy ride for the last couple of days, hasn't it? I mean, extreme points, low points, extreme points, low points, just these violent shutoffs, really sharp and hard. I mean, it was just really intense, and then pew. And look, it had a shutoff right before it, got intense, and then pew. So we're seeing drastic swings in buildup of pressure and pressure releases, getting a little stronger here. This is your core and the shell grinding together. The little core spins inside the outer core, or what I call the shell. Okay, it doesn't matter how thick it is. It's a hollow structure when you take the core out of it. Okay, so it's a hollow shell type structure we call the outer core. The core spinning in the outer core generates the magnetic field. That magnetic field generates a frequency. It hums much like your high voltage wires, and that hum of electromagnetic, your magnetic field hums at 7.83 hertz. Okay, being going across here, and we like to see just one green line, nice, smooth, nothing of this. Just boring, one smooth green line. Well, we don't have good continuity. We came out of this last little event, dipped down, tried to come back a little bit with this lower band scraping. Then it grows in intensity. See, it's starting to grind at this other frequency down here. We have a release. Then it builds up again, release, builds up pretty good, sharp release. This roller coaster ride, okay? And it's it can be very trying on some people. Not everybody, okay, but it's an indication of pressure down below. It causes irritability, pain for people with arthritis, just all kinds of mayhem. And this is going on in the background without your control, without you knowing. So you're going along your day and something just comes along and slaps you sideways. Okay, so there's your Schumann, and it's an indication of pressure buildup. We saw a pressure buildup, so a good release. There's three little bands here. One right here, release. Another good section, release. And then this third section, and now we've had a release. This is our latest data coming out, and there's still not good continuity, but at least we're not grinding right now, okay? I think this is why our chest is pounding and a lot of pain. I think I should have took a hot shower before the show, but we had to get her done. Okay, so there's your Schumann going kind of crazy right now because pressure is building down at the core. We're absorbing energy. The It's going down to the core. The core metal, when you heat metal, it expands and swells. Well, same with the core, the shell. The shell wants to expand outward, but there's so much magma and the crust holding that magma on it. There's so much pressure down there that the outer shell can't expand outward very much, but it can expand inward down onto the core that's expanding outward into the shell. So that barrier in between gets very thin and they start to grind, just like a bad set of brakes. Okay, this is the earth grinding. And these energy waves come up through the magma, up through the crust. They emit out of the crust up into space, but they hit the magnetosphere, the ionosphere up there, and they bounce back down as echoes. This detects the echoes that bounce back down from our Schumann. Okay, so this is affecting the Schumann resonance. It affects the animals. It affects everything. It's a very gnarly roller coaster ride. So you guys are enduring stuff. Even though you didn't feel like you had success today, you still overcame this, okay, in the background. And you're still here with me right now, so well done. Now, moving on, we have to get going because I got a lot. Got to get through this stuff. All right, now let's hop over here to null school. Let's just tag this up really quick, get into our particulates right now. Actually, we don't even need the air. Particulates. And here's your sandstorm. Still reaching across. Good strength right in this region. Still good plume reaching across up to there. Okay, so as we come over to here, you can still see activity going on over here. Okay, spiritual realm still happening over in that region. A little upset that region probably. And Australia having its own independent sandstorms. Moving on to SO2. Okay, boom. Do we hit for like right now too? Doesn't look current. Okay, it is. So as we get here, you can see country divided. Looking forward to coming together, but still we got, coming out porous on this side, lots of emissions, very soft crust, so a lot of SO2 emissions. This is basically vaporized magma that wants to push up through the crust, but it can't. So all the little tiniest perforations it comes up through is gas. SO2, very porous on this side very thick, mountainous granite. So the emission sites are more volcanic in nature. There you go. There's your country divided. I want to put that fires on. They're not showing a fire right here, but we're having strong SO2 emissions there. And right down here is a fire at an SO2 emission site. So Santa Barbara, Malibu there. You can see they're not showing the fire on the map, but there's definitely an SO2 plume there. Okay, one up here. A little activity right there, but not much. Okay, that's good. Take those off. Take this down now. Move on down to Mexico. Take a peek at Cuba. All these volcanic islands still emitting SO2. So pressure down below is coming out of every perforation it can find in the crust. Coming all the way down through South America. You see the shoreline here. This is all independent sites. This is not like one plume. These are all independent little holes in the crust where perforations where gas is coming out. Now here, this dark spot, this is the fulcrum point on our plate boundary system. Okay, so it's a weak spot. All right, it's a path of least resistance, right? So that's where we see a lot of earthquake activity and SO2 emissions. Okay. Okay, good emissions down through here. You can see it's put a pretty good healthy plume out into the Pacific. Meanwhile, I'm going to back out. You can see this activity is over on this side of South America as well. All right. Now we're going to touch base with Hawaii. The Pacific Rim, being much like a bicycle rim, has a hub in it, and the hub of the Pacific Rim will be Hawaii. So a lot of pressure that's can't escape anywhere else except for this one perforation spot right in the middle of the Pacific Plate called Hawaii. I'm going to fidget with it all night, so just bear with me. ADHD is getting very touchy. As you can see, the other emissions out of the other islands. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Now let's get into, oh yeah, back up 8 hours for them, for their time zone. China's just a mess. Okay, very soft porous crust. Their emission sites are actually going fissures too, so you're seeing fissures open up in the ground, and SO2 coming out of them as well. Very soft, spongy crust. Our Taiwan fulcrum point right there, not doing so well as far as earthquakes, so still seeing SO2. Look at North and South Korea get darkening up. Japan, of course, volcanic island darkening up. Come up to the Kamchatka, a lot of volcanic activity up here, so you can see a lot of SO2 emissions as well. Okay, we're coming over here to this region. You see India starting to darken up as well. They're following suit. Over here in Saudi Arabia in the Middle East, they're also seeing, well, not just SO2 emissions and the darkening effect going on over here, but we're also seeing the methane emissions. Okay, now they don't have them on this map or anything, but we've seen video coming out of the region of pits in the sand opening up and fire coming out of them, which is methane. Okay, methane already being a flammable gas. At such temperature, it's already combustible. It's already spontaneously combusted as it's coming out. All it needs is oxygen. So the minute it breaks the surface and hits oxygen, it just bursts into flame. That's methane. Now this gas comes out of the ground so hard that it could, so hot that it could spark a fire in surrounding vegetation. Okay, the gas itself isn't, but methane is, and they're experiencing that in this region and probably in other parts around the world, not just there. Okay, so race through the SO2 report. Okay, help me, Lord, where are we going next? Oh boy, yeah. Most recent. Okay, here's your sea surface temperature anomalies. Not only are we seeing volcanic activity on the surface, above water on land, but you got to remember the crust. The ocean floor is the crust as well, and we see emission, volcanic emission sites sending hot water plumes. Hot water plumes here on the Atlantic. Okay, you can see right here, this region above the Wanda Fuca and this little right here, this region down below. I want you to watch a little something here I'm going to do. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go backwards in days. I want you to watch the fluctuation in pressure as earthquakes came, relieved pressure, then it built again. So we're going backward a day. Ooh. Backward the day before that. The day before that. The day before that. The day before that. That's probably right around when we saw our earthquake activity. All right, so now here we are, December 3rd. Okay, we've backed up to December 3rd now. Let me take a sip here. Now we're going to go forward. Let me give you good little spot right there. Okay, we're looking at this patch of heat. This is also translates to pressure. Pressure down below is pushing something up through the surface here, okay? And that pressure makes this area flare up, and then we have earthquake activity here that reduces pressure, and then we have earthquake activity here in Nevada, and this stops for a minute and builds pressure, and then comes back to. So just watch as we go through these next couple of days here. So we're starting at the 3rd. There's the 4th. the 5th, 6th, whoop, come on, 6th, 7th, 8th. Ooh, look at that big flare up between the 7th and the 8th. Bam. So you see this new increase in pressure in this region right here. I'm trying to get coloration without the lines too. This is an indicator pressure is built up in this region. Again, we're going to continue to see earthquakes in this area. And when pressure builds up like this, watch for a jump in magnitude or possible another quake or another big one. Also, you see pressure getting back up into here, blocking off this cold water, not blocking it off, but kind of, that good cold water intrusion that we saw there is starting to get kind of filled in this region, isn't it? And that was the 8th. Here we go. The 9th. And now the 10th. Oh, see that big diminishing pressure right there? Whoops. And now it's all gone. No. So this is our latest image. This is the 11th, right? Oh, or the 10th, because we just had the 11th. And this map's always a day behind because it's so much data to compile on one map. It takes a day. So here's your current conditions right now. You can actually see here, I'm going to zoom in the best I can to capture this. This is your Juan de Fuca. Whoops. Yeah, that's it right there. This little point coming off is the bottom part of the Juan de Fuca coming out, zigzagging up on the inside part of the plate. You can see we have some leakage in there. Down here, you can see we had a little pressure buildup, but look at this. Right at this area where we see a lot of our fulcrum point activity, what's there? What's right at the fulcrum point where pressure gets relieved? Is that cold water I see right there? Cold water inundation at the fulcrum point that's been relieving a lot of the pressure. You see this big wall of pressure right next to it trying to turn yellow right here. But look at this, cold water inundation because of our fulcrum point, and this is going to come in handy on our earthquake report later on. Whew. Okay, looking around, a lot of vents opening up on the ocean floor. This relieves pressure down below, but it's heating up this water. It's causing different weather patterns, okay? We're going to hit the winds here in a minute. I just want you to kind of take a peek at all our little sites. We got this spot just north of Taiwan, our fulcrum point right here that relieves a lot of pressure. Well, it hasn't had a lot of quake activity because we got a new vent on the ocean floor that pressure travels to this, to the next weakest point. The path of least resistance. The path of least resistance. I keep saying that. You got to get that through your skull. The easiest way out. Just like water wants to flow the path of least resistance, this is water or steam or magma coming out of the ocean floor. So relieving pressure right next to our fulcrum point, keeping quake activity and magnitudes down. Good little spot going on there. Okay, touching base with Java. Little hot spot opened up here, kind of allowed pressure in that region to transfer to that little spot right there. Okay, cold water inundation through this area because we're seeing volcanic activity and quakes also. There's Sumatra, big cold spot opening up out there. I'm going to try to pull back, just give you overall. You can also come over to this instrument as well and come check this out. If you don't know how to use this, mess around with it. Watch one of my videos. There's ocean, air, chemicals. There's your particulates. These are all your different modes. When you click on that, it gives you options. So this is the SSTA on the ocean, the sea surface temperature anomalies. Okay. Okay, let's put the winds on. Wind. Play. That's the play button. Okay. Over these hot water plumes, warm hot air forms. Over the colder areas, cooler air forms, right? Pockets of cold air, pockets of hot air. Hot air rises, cold air rushes in to replace it. Once that hot air rises and cools off at the upper atmosphere, then it drops back down into the cooler waters. Now we're starting to see well, we have been seeing for a while this correlation of the hot cold patterns controlling our weather, causing vortexes where hot and cold meet. Look up here, hot water, hot air, cold water rushing in, rotating right there. Okay, there's a good one. There's a little miniature one right here. Okay, so you can see, and just because this isn't blue doesn't mean, that's still cooler water. It's not red, yellow hot. It's, a lot cooler. There's other vorticity going on at, more intense spots. So it's controlling your conveyor belt structures of the weather pattern still. Now you can see over here your La Nina stretched all the way across here has been disrupted in this region. And now we had these little pockets up here. They've diminished. And now look at this. We have one right on the equator here. A new spot has opened up right here on the equator, folks. You see the air convergence. Let me just take that wind back on really quick. Usually these two air patterns converge down here along the equator. So our tropical air or tropical convergence zone has shifted north slightly. And that's not because the planet's tilted, it's because these hot spots down below, okay? Pushing hot air, shoving it further north. Okay, there's a new hot spot that opened up right there. That changes patterns. It was just starting to get more organized with these like wave type, linear wave structures, but now it's been disrupted by a new opening on the ocean floor. Look what's going on down here. Okay, everybody thought they were going to go hide in New Zealand and go underground. Hey, well, the lava's going to come up and meet you as you go underground. So, not happening there. Look as we go around, just outrageous activity. Okay, now we're going to keep that there. I got to get into earthquake report really quick because there are people that are here for this info as well. I see new numbers here and new faces, so we still have to continue to do these reports before the spiritual report. So thank you for your patience and your tolerance and your time. Suck it up, buttercup, and let's do it. Okay, I want to get over here to our earthquake map. Nice thing about this class is you can pause it and go to the bathroom. You have permission to go to the bathroom. Okay, if we could have this, thank you, Lord. So, I see. You want to show me another ad, huh? Bear with me while it jams up my computer. Thank you. Now, Lord, please, we have the earthquake map? Or USBGS? Sorry. All righty. Shall we? Let's just dive in and do this report. Deep quake region, Fiji. This area is where pressure comes up from down below, starts rattling the lower layers down there in our deep quake area. So, deep quake region, let's get into them. This is where Tonga and that new little island formed. You remember I just showed you the island that was popping up above the water yesterday? New volcano, basically right there. A 5.6 here at the surface. So there's an uptick in pressure. We're usually seeing 5 magnitude. There's a half magnitude uptick, but that's at the surface. I'm looking for deep quake. There's your 4.9 down at 514. Now, our typical deep quake used to seeing is mid-range 4.5, 4.4. This is a slight uptick in pressure down below at 5 magnitude. Okay. You know what we do with 4.9 here? Because there are so many of them. It's like one of the longest lists that exists is 4.9 magnitude on the USGS site. So sometimes they cut these back so they don't have to report on so many 5s. So what do we do here? Sometimes we bump these up to 5. So we're seeing an uptick, another half magnitude uptick in magnitude down at depth, half magnitude uptick at the surface. Ta-da! Get it? Got it? Good. 5.2, 49. Volcanic feature, same similar pressure, 5 magnitude, pretty close to the surface, but still volcanic feature right there. It's not like it right around 10 or something, and it's a little deeper. And then we have a volcanic feature. Now, this whole region, we have this island right here that emits SO2. Did I do that part? We always do, but there's two SO2 emission sites on this island that act like a slow leak in a bicycle tube, relieving pressure right there. Let me just get that really quick because I failed to do that. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. And it's over here. Yeah, right. There we go. Okay, so here's Fiji, deep quake region. Note Fiji's emitting SO2 as well. It's a volcanic island. All these are. Okay, so you saw your little new volcano popping up right there. See that? There's your emissions from Fiji, and then we have our pencil or boat-shaped island right here with two good, strong emission sites. That's this island right here. So when pressure comes up here to the crack, this is where it starts to break apart and get down into the crust and crack, splitting two plates. Energy wants to come up here. We've been seeing 5 activity here at the beginning of this for a long time, but ever since SO2 started coming out of here, all this pressure through this region has diminished. Activity in this region too because of all the volcanic activity, but so much pressure lately that not the volcanic activity hasn't diminished enough. So we're getting 4.7 down at 234. Okay, volcanic feature. A 5.4 closer to the surface, but still on a volcanic feature. It's not on the plate boundary. Uptick in pressure. Okay, uptick in magnitude, I mean. 4.7 at the surface there. We come over to our deep quake region, plate boundary, little fulcrum point connector right there, 4.6 down at 139. This is where we're seeing cold water inundation was through here. We're seeing volcanic activity through this region, plus this quake helps relieve that pressure. Okay, note that there's none around Java. We're seeing a lot of volcanoes, SO2 emission out of Java, so that keeps pressure in that area, it keeps quakes down. But we see here at Sumatra, 5.2 down at 64. Now you got to remember, Sumatra is one big volcanic strip. It's one big volcanic island. We zoom in here, it's just volcanoes running along this whole chain. Look at this, you guys. This one's a scary one right here. This is Marapi on our volcano report, right next to this thing. So that was a big caldera, big feature at one time. Big. We'll just get there somehow. All right, so there we go. I'll go inside the lake. Pretty cool feature. Okay, but as we back out, you can see this is all volcanoes through here. So a lot of volcanic activity just across from Marapi. We're having in this little bowl area down here. You're 4.8 at the surface. Okay, there's energy being scrubbed at the surface right there at a little bit higher than mid-range 4. So 4.8, that's your little uptick in pressure there. We're seeing it, translate all around the world here a little bit. Okay, finally, as we get up to Taiwan, we have finally seen a quake here. This is also acts as our relief valve. Plate boundary fulcrum point is path of least resistance. So 4.1 down at 25 here at our fulcrum point. It's still not right up here in the water. It's closer to the beach. So this is a volcanic island as well, and a plate boundary. So 4.1 relieving pressure here at the surface. Remember, we had that hot spot right over here that opened up that was relieving pressure there as well. And they are emitting SO2 as well. So it's a lot of relief valve pressure being distributed through that region. Gobi Desert, 4.2 at the surface, scrubbing energy. Here we go over at Italy. Or no, not Italy. There's Italy. This more by Turkey. Oh, 4.2 at Kosovo. That's close to the surface. What's going on out here by Greece? 2.5 at the surface there. So a couple of little quakes popping off in this region. We haven't seen quake activity in that region in a little while. So energy building up, finally, reaching the surface and trying to quake out through that region. Remember, we got Etna and Stromboli, which are perforations in the crust that reach all the way down to the magma, spewing magma at the surface. Okay, so we got to finish up the rest of the planet, and then we'll do America. Coco's Plate. Please, Lord, can we have that one? 4.3 down at 60. Magnitude check in the Dominican Republic here. We have 4.1. That's definitely an uptick in magnitude in this region. Okay, we're used to seeing 3.2. There's 4.1, so definitely an uptick. You see all around this plate boundary comes back. This is the volcanic islands that are spewing SO2. Loop right from this pressure, SO2 through here, link right back around to this plate boundary quake right here, 4.7. A little deeper on this little volcanic, this little feature that comes off the beach right there. Come down, we've seen SO2 emissions pretty strong at the fulcrum point right there. So we come into this region and we got a 4.5 down at 107. A little thicker crust right there, mountainous terrain. So we see our energy doesn't always make it right up to the top. Okay, so let's get into America, all magnitude. All right. So as we come on in, 4.0 right there, 3.6, coming up and over the fulcrum, we get bingo on this side, 3.3, coming on down into our fulcrum point region here with big ones, 3.3. We're still seeing quake activity on the south side of the plate boundary. Okay, we're on the south side of the plate boundary where I showed you red coloration right here had crept in. Now we're going back to the sea surface temperature anomalies. Thank you, Lord. Right now, please. Hello? Anybody home? Okay, well, it just froze up. So, over there at our sea surface temperature anomalies, if we can get back out of this, please, Lord. Bear with me. I think I jammed up the computer, so you just pop out of that one, maybe. So we see, while we're stuck here at SO2 until this thing unfreezes here, can we have this back? There we go. We saw the cold patch. I don't need to show you again. We saw our cold patch in this region right here at your fulcrum point area. So much pressure has been relieved that cold water inundation has been allowed to build in this area because there's not a bunch of hot water coming out of there. Pressure's been relieved. So our quake swarm kind of diminishing, but still active because we do have that red area, that pressure still in that region. Okay, so it's doing its job. It's our new little relief valve here because it's fulcrum point. I want to get back over as we come on down. Pretty quiet through California, just 2.3 maximum there. We're going to come over to our quake swarm over here in Yerington now. Okay, this has been our latest little path of least resistance. And currently quiet, but today we did have some activity. Bigger ones 3.2, smaller ones 1.6, 1.2. Okay, as we well, I want to try to capture this properly. Okay, volcanic field, volcanic feature right here. This is where we saw a lot of our quakage yesterday and continue to see it on the flanks of this volcanic feature. Look at this round volcanic hill here. Please just work with me. Thank you. You see this feature going on here. Look at the flanks of this. We're seeing activity. We're seeing earthquake activity on the flank of volcanic features. These depths are 11. Some of these were very shallow. No depth there. 8.3. I just want some depth right here. 9.1. Okay, 11. 10. They're all shallow quakes. A little 13 there. Here's 0.8. Okay, some of them were less than 1. Okay, 0.8, 12, 6. Okay, this mountain, it's just right underneath. It's very close to the surface. This is a volcanic feature. Well, magma pushing up through some of these pathways of least resistance. All this shaking around here could shake stuff loose in the strata and possibly have some kind of fissure open up. You might even see a puff of smoke or a small emission, or could be a new site. We do see new sites open up on our volcano page, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay. It's really quick. All right, most of California. This is our California, Nevada. This is one relief valve, another relief valve, relieving pressure, so keeping it down, magnitudes down in the Bay Area. Maybe we could get Null School to pop up one more time, Lord. Please let this work. I really need to refer back to that map here, just so you guys can get continuity in, or not continuity, well, continuity of concept. Grasp the concept by seeing it helps as well. I like referencing this stuff too, so bear with me. Okay, back to this now. We're up here. All right. Oh, off of the Bay Area, that's right. Okay, so here off the Bay Area, you can still see. Now, mind you, this is yesterday's map. This hasn't been updated to today, but as of yesterday in this region, we saw a little decrease in pressure, I believe, there. Let's go back an hour or back a day. So, yeah, yesterday there was that pressure, or the day before. So, the day before yesterday, there was that pressure. There's yesterday with a diminishing pressure because we've seen some earthquake activity, cold water patch right there at the fulcrum point. Okay, it's not an I told you so. I want your observation. Okay. Now, off the coast, we still got good relief valve right here. Something's opened up and kind of taken the pressure away from this region. But as we look down here into the LA area, you see this yellow arm creeping in. All right, it was at this part right here a couple of days ago, and now it's creeping in. So what I'm going to do here, okay, we went backwards. So now we're going to go forward. It diminished for a day there. We saw earthquake activity. Now, in the last few days, boom, boom. And this would be today, but it hasn't been filled in. Gee, I wonder why we saw fire activity near Malibu. Malibu is right here on this oval shaped surface, right? Structure right here. You see this, and it's got its own little kind of plate boundary or its own feature right here. They're having earthquakes right here at what? Malibu, California, 1.4. Just down this feature a little bit, 0.8. Stuff right coming up to the plate boundary right there at 1.2. Then it takes the curve into the plate boundary, follows it down. Now, we just now had a 2.0 here in Warren Springs, California. Hold that right there. And I want to bring this in right here. This pocket right there. There's your I-shaped structure, okay? And now you see hot water pressure down below has intruded into the area. So I'm going to warn this area for an uptick in earthquakes, uptick in fires. We've already seen one, okay? And it's still ongoing. Okay, possibly induced by our SO2 emissions coming out of the ground so hot that they spark surrounding vegetation. Okay, let's get on with it now. Whoa. Continuing on with man-made perforations in the crust, 2.5 magnitude out of Texas today. What are you blowing up over here? Oh, a quarry. Okay, nothing along the New Madrid or the Craton there, so that's good. Okay, pressure being relieved here, and cold water inundation. You're seeing it, how it works. 5.2 at 64 there, so a slight little uptick in magnitude through that region. Now, what I want to get on with the volcano report. Sorry it took a little long there, but I want some of the newer people here to grasp these concepts so we understand. Okay, there we go. If we can get that back here, please. Uh-oh. Give it a second here, because I got one too many pages open. I forgot the volcano report eats up a lot of room in my... Brian's correct, and authorities still haven't identified one source as numerous different fire locations were identified simultaneously. Yes. Yeah, well, you'll understand why. Please, Lord, can we have maybe we get rid of the volcano page for a second and try closing out some stuff. So while we're waiting for this to clear out here, exit out of this page, please, God. I'm going to address some stuff in the chat. Thank you for that comment, John. It's not an I told you so, but you guys are seeing it, and, you're ahead of the curve. Notice that the Bay Area was in the bad air quality zone. I don't read horror life enough. I don't really read. Good morning, Brian. Oh, good. Finally, little reaction there. All right, maybe we can back out of this now. Yes. And open up a volcano page. We'll even take that out and give it as much as we can. All right. Please, let's have volcano page, please. Yeah, see, my poor little computer is not can't handle all these pages, so that's why I have to do the show this way. Let's look back, see if there's any questions. Somebody needs to give me the clip notes. It's Stephen King movie. Oh, we got Stephen A. Lizard Hunters here. Praying for you, Lizard Hunter. Okay, hang in there. Cindy, thank you for being here. Why is this not give me? Here we go. All right, here we go. Back to volcano report. Up above, 38 erupting, 33 in warning. That's more than 70. We're at 71 now. Okay. 38 currently erupting. There's more currently erupting than are in warning. Okay, so 38, 33, 71. There, let's just stick with 70. Okay, so I don't even count these ones at unrest. Any one of these could come, and dormant ones could come to life too. So 70 volcanoes. Now, 7 years ago, when all this stuff started happening to me, we had one volcano. If I'd have told you back then, 7 years from now, we're going to have 70 volcanoes, you would have laughed. Even today, it sounds like outrageous that we have 70 volcanoes, but we indeed do. Okay, it may sound, it sounded crazy back then, but I'm still crazy about you now. Let's get this on. I did it wrong, but it's okay. Abundant gas and steam column come from White Island Volcano. That's by New Zealand. Remember I showed you all that red pressure encroaching on New Zealand? I said, don't go there. Well, look, there you go. Ash emissions coming out of White Island. That's pressure coming to the surface, isn't it? Stromboli and type volcano, Fuego. Okay, let's get into this. Suwanosejima, 6,000 feet. Kenalone, 9,000. Ibu, I be with you. And where are we? 7,000? Okay, Semeru. No height, but usually Semeru on Java is typically 14 to 15. It busted its 14,000 foot into a new personal height record of 15,000. So usually between those. White Island. What's coming out of White Island? SO2. Remember I was telling you it's like vaporized magma? Oh, and we're seeing emissions too. Popocatépetl, sporadic emissions. Santo Guido, 14,000. Fuego is 15,000. Nevada, Del Ruiz, 24,000. That's a pretty high blast. Got to remember, all that ash going up there. Reventador, 14,000. That was just in the last few minutes. Here's today, December 11th, which is now yesterday because, well, time flies at this channel. Oh, good, they blocked the map. That map right there, you don't want to look at that. It'll desensitize you to what's really going on. There's your map, okay? There used to be one volcano, and it was in yellow. It was Hawaii. Now all these are in red. That's in eruption or currently erupting. All the ones in red have some kind of eruption going on. Ones in yellow are still active. They're erupting, but not just currently. They're spewing, puffing, and farting and blowing. All right. Don't forget, we have a currently erupting volcano in Antarctica. All right. Probably melting some ice around there. Ibu, I be with you. It's on that little island. A lot of ash emissions going very high. That's pressure coming up to the surface and being relieved. Do you see who's looking over here? Okay, moving on. Ibu, I be with you. 7,000 feet. Luatobi. No report there. Okay, eruption at Semaru. Still probably 14 or 15. Dacono. Agung. Mbali. All right, new one on the list right here. Remember we saw a new one added 38 instead of 37. So Agung and Bali. Volcano advisory detected issued the following report. Eruption reported. What? Flight level 20,000 feet? That's what that said. I don't need to open this. Let me see that. I know it said 20,000. Go backwards. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, flight level 20,000 feet. Okay. 20,000 for a brand new volcano is a very impressive eruption. That's a new path of least resistance in the crust. We have a new added weak spot venting pressure. When this thing went off, I bet you that was a drop in our Schumann spike as well, because it's a new spot that opened up. It relieved pressure to 20,000 feet. That's huge. From a new place. Popocatépetl, 19,000. It's right next in pressure to that one. And height, okay? Height is pressure as well. Fuego, 14. Nevada del Ruiz above 20. There's 21,000. So we've seen some uptick in pressure, okay? Now, these lists are currently erupting and eruption warming. That means they're active. They're in eruption and there's warning, okay? Now, these lists, don't let this desensitize you. This is sheer madness, what you're looking at right now. If you gave this to the mainstream media, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves or how to even approach this subject. Okay, all of these are currently erupting. You can come over to this page. I'll try to remember to add links in my community or something for these sites. You guys are pretty smart. You can, pressure relief valve, very good. You guys understand how this works. Okay. One more. Get ready for a tidbit. We're lightening up the mood here with the little tidbit. So open wide. Oh, it's a tropical tidbit. Never mind. Is this going to lead me to the wrong one? First, it's going to jump into models. You guys want to see some models? Forecast models, that is. And there it goes. I knew it was going to glitch out for a second. When it comes back, we will talk about our forecast. We also need to address the fact that when we see more ash and particulates in the air. Water needs a particulate to adhere to in order to form a raindrop. Okay, so every time we have more ash emissions, that's very fine particulates in the air, all for more water to adhere to. Those warmer ocean sea surface temperature anomalies evaporate more water into our air. Okay, so the air has a higher concentration of water per volume now. Okay, also added particulates. Well, more water, more particulates. You're talking heavier downpours, stronger storms, higher cloud tops that produce stronger tornadoes, stronger hurricanes, larger hail, stronger storms, very heavier amounts of precipitation deposits. Our skies are holding much more water, much like a kitchen sponge compared to a car washing sponge. It has much more volume capacity now. And we're seeing very, very strong storms out of this. This is your current conditions. This is what I warned about the last couple of days. I told you we see this configuration coming together down here. We're very likely to see this unfold. This is currently unfolding right now. We might even have to pull up the weather radar. But what I want to do right now, also coming in, encroaching on the west coast, we also have severe weather along the coast. Don't get caught off guard. This could possibly produce a water spout that would make landfall. I'm not joking. Sounds crazy, but oh, come on. I click on the button. I don't want an ad. I click on the arrow. There we go. That's the morning of the 12th. Rain, more storm for the west. This huge monster wrapping up and pulling out. So right now, severe activity is tapering off in the morning hours. There's noon, convection, nighttime tomorrow. Morning of the 13th, noon, convection, nighttime. Again, nighttime right here. Morning of the 14th. Look out. See this low wrapping up? Noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 15th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 16th, noon, convection, nighttime. Wow, look at that. Right there, noon, convection. We could see possibly a little quasi-linear structure going on here with pop-ups out in front. They're kind of scattered like that. Don't get caught off guard with all the snow back up here. Also, another approaching round right here. That vortex rotation that was going on off the coast because of our thermal anomalies is breaking down now. It's changed structure. Now we're starting to see storms breaking through into the Pacific. Okay. Boom. Boom. Sorry. Morning of the 18th, noon, convection, nighttime. All right, this is our next storm coming up here around the Christmas holiday. This is not too far off. This is 6 days away. This is nighttime the 18th. Let's back out of it a little bit. There's the noontime the 18th. So this is right about the juncture where we see this cold air mass and a little bit of moisture pop up. At this time on around noon on December 18th, if we see this kind of configuration starting to take place right there, okay, they're about to reach out, they're about to touch hands, about to hold hands up. Now they're kissing. All right, at nighttime the 18th, when those two come together, watch out because here comes this just this big quasi-linear storm right there. That's the morning time hours, okay? This is not your typical convection from the sun in the afternoon, boiling cloud tops from the sun all day. This is air mass collision at the cold hours. So the morning hours being the cooler time down here, all of a sudden you're seeing severe weather in a quasi-linear storm front right here, QLCS, with pop-ups that could pop up out in front with tornadoes. Never mind the large hail, heavy downpours it's going to cause snow, deep snow up there. That's the morning of the 19th, noon, convection, nighttime when the cold air comes again, going right up this coast the nighttime of the 19th. See what it's doing there around the morning hours of the 20th, going into noon, convection the 20th, nighttime, and then it's out of there. Go morning of the 21st, noon, convection, nighttime, 22, noon, convection, nighttime, 23, noon, convection, nighttime, 24, noon, convection, nighttime, 25, convection, nighttime, 26. Oh, wow. That whole Christmas Day thing, that big storm that we were looking at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, has like already moved through and out of the way. And here we approach the afternoon of December 23rd travel time. Okay, morning of the 24th, the Christmas Eve travel, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 25th for Christmas. Everybody's got clear weather for Christmas. There's the noon, convection, nighttime of the 25th. Here comes your warm, cold again. We're going to kiss, I swear, morning of the 26th, night or noon, convection, way back down here a little bit. Okay, and that's way out in the future. So our next event that I'm concerned about is what's ongoing right now in this region. We really could go to Venture Sky really quick here. Can I get Venture Sky? Thank you. Not now, not now. Bear with me, I just need to check this. We go thunderstorms. Actually, we got the radar out here. Give me the radar. So, not too bad on the radar. Is that current? Yeah. Let's see, precipitation mainly up in there. So, not as bad as what they were showing on the tidbits there as far as your conditions right now. Most of it seems to be off the coast already. So that's good. You guys are kind of out of the strike zone now. Most of the intensity is up there. So the current conditions are more like this now. It's left the coast. So good. Probably did quite a number on these people today. So all right, now let's get into our spiritual part. All right. We got our astrophysics, our geophysics done. Let's get into what a lot of people would call metaphysics, which is basically how you work. Okay, this is what I call the spiritual part, not metaphysics. Much different. Okay. All right. So, everybody take a deep breath while I try to get set up here. What I want to talk about are a lot of these faces in the clouds and UFO events. Oh, please. Oh, it's not available anymore? Well, we'll just search it out then. We had a UFO captured during the eclipse. I won't find it. It's right there. I knew it would be around. We can get a better one than that. I want the full screen if we can of that event. And if not, we'll have to go to that. Oh, we don't have a full screen of it. All right, well, we'll just enlarge in this because there's something going on in this.
This is so cool. What is that? Bruh. Look, there's something flying through the air. What is that? This is so cool.
All right, let's capture right about.
What is that? Bruh.
Okay, so right about here is where we're going to stop. You can see the UFOs just moving out right through here. And as I tilt this back, do you see a face right where that UFO went through? I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. Maybe tilt your head to the left and see if you see a lion. This UFO highlighted this lion face that's right here in the sky. What I'm going to try to do is play this tilted like this.
Into the air. Oh shit. What is that? This is so cool.
What is that? Bruh.
Look, there's something flying through the air. Oh shit. What is that?
Let me just try to pause it one more time. I think that's why they condensed it down like this, because it's right there. It's right under its nose. It just went right through the face and tried to draw your attention to this giant face in the clouds, okay? So a lot of this UFO activity that's been going on in your skies is trying to draw your attention to look up. And now that we've had our latest little activity, sure got a lot of people looking up now, don't we? With their cameras too, huh? Can't wait to see what gets captured here pretty soon, huh? Okay, so we're getting through our spiritual report here. Started off there. What was this? Oh yeah, we need to back out of this now because it appears that, yeah. Let me get through this ad really quick, guys. Enough, really. Okay, we're over at Mr. MBB, but what I need to show you is this little part of his video. Now, a lot of people are talking about Congress and how there's possibly, these crap coming from a Iranian mothership. Okay, I'm just kind of leaving the audio out. Okay. It's pretty blatantly obvious, but let me explain. When we're talking about electromagnetic energy, okay, that can bend light, all right? So these ships are using electromagnetic fields, right, as their cloaking devices. Well, funny thing about electromagnetivity is it causes nucleation of clouds, okay? And basically water condenses and forms around their magnetic field that they use for cloaking, kind of giving away their location in the form of clouds. When you look at this, all the rings and all the curvature, the shape of this, I've been watching this activity for a long time, right? Told you I've been plagued with this stuff since I was a kid. What I'm telling you is going to be a little disturbing because of the sheer size of this thing. This is real. This is what is just sitting right in your skies. If you knew what was just sitting right there, you would say a prayer every time you went outside. You guys better get a real good grip of what you're about to see here, okay? I want you to look at the size of the mountains in the background here as we play this. You see your magnetic field lines? You see your structure? Do you see your cloaking mechanism causing condensation, forming clouds? There's faces in that stuff too. You come over and look at it. Don't stare at this thing, dude. You will get lost in the sauce with that one because there are faces in there, lions, dragons, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so there's your... Did you see the size of it? Okay, I'm not trying to rattle you or shake you or anything. This should bring you... this might be the good guys coming to rattle the bad guys here, huh? Then along the video is this as well. Now, I showed you out of the Book of Miracles, the burning log picture. It's just weird. It looks like well, you can go find it here, but it's basically out of the Book of Miracles. Is a bunch of paintings from the Renaissance time. And in one of them is a famous picture of a burning log. Well, when you got cloud structure right here like this is not natural, okay? There is something in the air causing this effect. A UFO, some kind of magnetic field cloaking device causing condensation on the bottom, kind of outlining the whatever portion is interacting with the nucleating clouds. Okay, and then one more. Don't know if it's going to come through on this one. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's way, way too close. I think we might get lucky here. If you tilt your head to the right and in the little pop-up in a much smaller dimension, there's a face there. But here, it's too close up. If we back out like this. And this is one of those clouds again. Okay, all trying to get your attention to look up to the clouds because there's a lot going on in your clouds. Maybe that's the image right there that we need. Ooh, maybe it's capturing it there. Tilt it down a little bit. All right, these are all signs in the heavens that were promised 2,000 years ago, happening right now. Okay, so what are we going to now? All right, so you've seen this lion face here. Let me just kind of do this for you too. That way you can see it's very defined. It's there. To get a perfect lion face like that, just like a human face is a mathematical equation. You know, the eyes have to be just right apart. The nose has to be the right size, or it's not going to look consistent. It's not going to look proper. All right, so
this cat
a lot of the stuff that you see is not just pareidolia. Now let me get over here and open up some other stuff as well. Should we do the man seen walking in the clouds? Is that the main video? No, that's this. Yeah, we want the whole video. Where to go? Skynet. Okay, I'm going to leave the audio off on this one because there's some cussing in this. There's also EVPs in there. In fact, we do have to play the opening EVP. Sorry. What am I going to do here? All right, there's whoops. As this guy is videotaping this, electromagnetic voice print gets attached to the video. I'm going to try to block out some of the cussing, but there's a voice in the background that says, it sounds like it says Jesus Christ is coming quickly, but slowed down a little bit. It says he is the Christ who's coming quickly. And you'll see the shadow in the background with lightning and stuff. Yes, I'm doing more readings, but we're going through this part for some background. Okay, so let me try to get this the best we can. I've slowed it down to 0.75, okay, because this EVP comes in at a slower speed. And right as the lightning and the shadow appears, you will hear in the background, in the spiritual realm, he is the Christ who's coming quickly.
Oh, holy fucking shit.
Hopefully you could hear it there. I've got too much bass or whatever, but he is the Christ who's coming quickly, is in the EVP at the same time. Now, I'm plagued with these EVPs, all right? And I can tell you this is a real event, especially when it has this EVP attached and nobody else caught it. Not even the people that took the video caught it. All right, but here it is again. I'm going to try to clean this up. Do I have my smaller speakers? Well, let's just try the best we can here. I'll try to post this. You can find this. Oh. All right before that, it says it's in a different speed, but it says Jesus in the flesh, the wolf. Then it says he is the Christ who's coming quickly, and you see the shadows, okay? Now we're going to mute it out, and we're just going to play the rest of this because this event, everybody's seen this one, there was multiple in this event, okay? It wasn't just the one-time shadow. It showed up multiple times in this event. I'm just going to go ahead and play the audio. All right. You guys are going to have to endure a little bit of vulgarity. It's not like you've never heard it before, but we'll keep it low. But you can count here how many times this shadow shows up.
Oh, holy fucking shit, guys.
I mean, it's the wolf. You can hear it in there. Oh, we need to put the speed back up. We're at that weird speed, sorry. Now that the kind of activities over there. There's another one. That's twice the shadow showed up. Forgive their profanity.
Oh no. Holy fucking shit. I don't think I'm going to be able to get video of it because it's not ringing around.
Wait until you hear a Marine's mouth.
Oh, holy fuck. No, I don't know.
And the last one was so close it scared the person, they jumped back in their house. Okay. Real activity caught on camera, the Sky Man. All right. So what I wanted to do here was come on over back to my channel. We're going to pull up some reading material real quick. Oh, you are a Marine. I had a feeling. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to, bingo, something about Marines in this channel. I'm just kind of drawing here for a reason. Yes, sir. We're going to pull up this little video really quick. Okay, I showed you a bunch of these faces in the clouds. We're going to do this really quick. Really? Stop it with that stuff. Now play it without all the noise. There we go, really quick here. Skip out of this. Skippity doodah, skippity a. Let's skip this ad so we can play. All right. Really quick. Showed you some of these faces showing up. This is my face now in the cloud showing up. And we're going to just do this really quick. Well, I get set up for the reading here.
And I noticed something forming in the clouds, what looked like a face over here. And I'm going to start zooming in on this face because it's a real face. And if you look back behind it here, let's zoom in just a little bit. You'll notice that back behind here, this face is being projected by Jesus's heart right here. You can see it radiating out. Here's Jesus's face. He's pulling open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out this image in the sky. See his face here? And there's a crown right here. Also in the etherical, in black, there's another crown right here. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this picture.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
That's amazing.
Okay, hold up. Right there is good. We'll hold that image right there. I forgot to show you something here in the community on my channel really quick. We need to inspect these pictures that I took today because there was some pretty cool stuff. I couldn't really see it too well on my phone. Please let this Asian women? Ooh, over 40. Okay, community. Now, what are we going to do here? Now, this was a face that I could clearly see in the clouds, but I don't know how well it pulled up on my. Nope. Darn it. Let's try this other one here. It's too bright for the camera. Let's dim this down a little bit. There was a ram head. There's a nose right here. Maybe if we get this other image, it's a little bit taller. It's not even coming in. Yeah, there was a ram head with the nose and the mouth right here. Here's the head. The ram horns are coming around. Right here, there was a ram head. And then below it, it blended into a pug face or like a bulldog face. That same bulldog face we'd seen before. Let's see if we captured in that one. Dang it, man. It was so clear in the sky. Oh, there's part of the bulldog face. The eye, the nose. You can see the floppy ears a little bit there. It didn't come out very good. Let's go down a little further. Can you see Jesus on the cross right there? Where's this other one with the dog here? There's another ram with an eye here, and a horn coming around. Let's get into the ones that are clear. All right, this is a dragon. I turned around, I seen this dragon staring at me right there, okay? Then let's scroll on down here. This is a fox. Okay, here's his nose, his mouth, there's his little cheek. You can see his ear coming up. And the other ear is in pink over here. Okay, the other eye, it's bisected face. One eye in black, one eye in white. Right here, this is like some kind of devil face or demon face, yipe. But let's get into this. You see the wolf here? The eyes, this long nose coming out, his chin here, his ears coming up right there. And then there's another wolf right here. Right here with an eye. Here's the nose coming down, the other eye's in shadow. Here's the ear, the other ear of a wolf right here. You see this wolf face, smaller one, and then the bigger wolf face. So there are multiple dimensions. Okay, and he's blowing smoke out his nose. He's huffing and puffing. Multiple faces in this one. But what I want to get to is this. See this kind of dog face, the nose, the puffy little snout here, the eye sockets, the ears coming back. There's the cat. See the cat eye with the nose and the mouth. Here's the other eye, the other ear. All right. Just kind of going through some of these faces in the clouds really quick because I was looking for, oh, there's one of me. Okay, there's my face showing up in the clouds right there. There's another face on the radar. Look at the eye. That's so crazy, huh? There's a spiritual warfare going on in the spiritual realm in your weather. Okay, when I tell you your weather is being controlled, there's a little face right there. And this was Francine smiling at you. Okay, you see this face? There's that one again. I'm trying to get to, I know it's in here. Just bear with me here. No. There's kind of this little gruff dog type face here. This one. Closer one of that? No, okay. All right, so this one is the same face that we just saw coming off the sun. Huh. Isn't it? We're going to go over and we're going to compare them in just a minute. But there was one other really quick dog face. Oh, there's that face right there. That's a bigger one. Note the eye in white and this one over here. Okay, you could clearly see it's a face. This is the stuff that follows me everywhere I go. Here's a torn heart. This heart was torn in half. UFO activity around these faces. I'm trying to get to the dog. There's UFO in this structure right here, hiding right in there. You can see the magnetic dispersal causing cloud nucleation around it. There's a crown. There's a dog right there. See the eyes, the nose, the tongue. There's another kitty cat. Okay, a lot of this stuff is like creatures and cartoonish, but it is what it is. Okay, this is like the Cat in the Hat cartoon. There's an eye here, an eye here. Here's his nose and his whiskers. He's got a black cowboy hat on. He's like the bad guy cat in the cartoons right there. Crazy stuff. But it's just what I capture. Okay. Where did that one face go? Hang on, we're looking for the one dog face here, because it's gonna really show you what I mean here. We can find it. All right, it's coming up right here. Okay, this is the dog face I saw earlier today. Let me get a little bit closer in. Right there is good, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt it into the negative. Now you see the dog face. Actually, let's go back up one to this one. Let's just a tad bit better. There we go. All right, so the moon crossed behind these clouds. This was at nighttime, okay? So this dog face popped up at nighttime. The moon was behind the clouds, illuminating the clouds. And when I took this picture, the moon crossed in front of its nose. See the eyes? See that dog? That's the same dog face that I captured today. And there was a ram up above it, but I guess it didn't come out as well as this. But you can see it's a three-dimensional dog face, all right? Now, it's not a human face, so pareidolia, well, is this dogadolia? All right, and this stuff follows me everywhere I go. It's crazy. Okay, well, look at this. There's a face. One is the moon, one is this cloud. One bright eye, one dark eye, and it's just this flat mouth right there. Here's that dog up closer a little bit. Yeah, you can really see the eyes and the nose and the lips and stuff a little bit closer. Okay, this is the spiritual realm going on in your clouds. These UFOs are trying to get your attention, so you look up at the clouds. Maybe you'll happen to go, hey, wait a second. That looks like a dog right there. Is that a dog looking at me? What the heck? All right, so let me scroll back up to this one here really quick. And coming right back up to this one right here with the face that was by the sun today. Bear with me, that one right there. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit different style of reading tonight. Well, not different style, but we're just going to do that image. Also, can we pull up the US one? One more thing, and then we'll do our reading. Okay, bear with me here. Just wanted you guys to see the similarities in what was captured over my head compared to what we just saw coming off the sun. All right, bear with me. We're almost there. Really? Stop it with Yahoo. You bunch of Yahoos. Give me the... Okay, once the loop fills in, then we can freeze frame it on the frame right there. Okay. So coming back around real quick here to this. Actually, right there. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Oh, please. Undo that. Thank you. Alrighty. Very, very similar faces. You can see the white pupil here. We'll even kind of go back like that. Oh, we'll go right to there. Okay, you can see the one eye is white, the other one's black. A little bit there, the face is bisected. Pointing here, hair sticking up or whatever. See it? See the similarities? Okay, this was captured just today on your sun. Coming off the sun right here. Let's see if we can get that eye to kind of pop a little bit more of that white pupil there. Okay, so crazy, crazy spiritual stuff going on next to the sun. My face showing up again. All because of who I am and what I've been through. And thankfully, I learned a lot along this process, and I like to share what I have with my friends. So we're going to just kind of get that one out of there because it's jamming stuff up. And that one, okay, that one's jamming stuff up too. All right, one more image really quick and we'll get to our reading. Thank you for your patience and tolerance. And you guys are learning along the way too, huh? Pretty crazy stuff that happened to me. And what was the hardest part was nobody believing or understanding or even giving me 5 minutes of their time to come over and take a peek at what happened. And instead, it's like, no, you're seeing angels. You need medication. You're crazy. I'm like, no, this is really happening. I caught it on my security cameras. You guys need to kind of take a look at what's happening in the clouds above my head everywhere I go. Okay, these faces follow me. UFOs follow me. Advanced races from the past. Watch, follow, and study my every move, everywhere I go. Okay, and I've seen them big ships like I showed you on MBB hanging out over my house. This activity has plagued me my whole life, and we're going to take also a minute after this reading. We're going to go look at some historical paintings with UFOs and Jesus at the same time. They're almost like an indicator of his presence. They're angelic beings, the watchers, right? Watching from a vantage point down, looking down below from up above. Okay, so let me get this reading in here because I feel you guys. I know what you're thinking. I know what's going through your heads right out now. So, important that we get this part in here. Okay, everybody relax. Take a deep breath. We've been through a lot. We're seeing a lot of the signs. You've seen some interesting and disturbing images of my face. Okay, so that can get one unnerved. So you need to relax and understand this is all part of the process. I need to take a deep breath too. And now that you're here and you see me in the clouds coming with power and great glory, you're caught up in this moment. You're here with me, caught up with me in the clouds. You have reached that point of what everybody's calling rapture, okay? Rapture is not in the Bible. The word rapture is not in the Bible. It talks about when you see these things happen, that you will look up in the clouds and you'll see in the clouds me. You'll see me coming in the clouds with power and great glory. This crown signifies power and great glory. When you see this, you get caught up in it. It's fascinating. You get caught up like a good movie, a good book, like this good YouTube live stream, okay? You are caught up with me in the clouds, and while we are waiting, we do our salvage work, okay? So we're waiting. right now. We're trusting and hoping, right? Because this brings hope now. Everything that you see going down can be very disturbing and unnerving, but when you understand this part, it can give you hope. Waiting, trusting, and hoping are intricately connected. Let me take a sip here. They're intricately connected. They're connected like golden strands that are interwoven to form a strong chain. Waiting, trusting, and hoping are interwoven to form a strong chain. Trusting is the central strand because it is the response from my children that I desire the most. Trusting me. Waiting and hoping embellish the central strand and strengthen the chain that connects you to me. So, waiting for me to work with your eyes on me is evidence that you really do trust me. So, you're waiting for me to work, you're looking at the screen, so your eyes are on me. You're waiting for me to work, you're with your eyes on me. That's the evidence that you really do trust me. So if you mouth the words I trust you while anxiously trying to make things go your way, your words ring hollow. You have to actually trust. You can't just mouth the words I trust you while you anxiously try to make things go your way. It doesn't work that way. Hoping is future directed, connecting you to your inheritance in heaven. So the benefits of hope fall fully on you in the present moment. In this present moment, hope has fallen on you, hasn't it? It has indeed. The benefit of hope falls fully on you in this present moment because you're mine and you don't just pass time in your waiting. You can wait expectantly in hopeful trust. So keep your antenna out to pick up even the faintest glimmer of my presence. Okay? Keep your eye out for the faintest glimmer, kind of faint, but there's a glimmer, the faintest glimmer of my presence. Like these faint little glimmers here, bisected down the middle, one eye dark, one eye light. Very very important stuff. All right, so let's move on here. I want to come back over to, well, we do that one too much. Let's stick with this one right here for a minute, okay? Our latest new image to read to, kind of. Waiting, trusting, hoping, your salvage work, when you see results, when you're doing salvage work through the course of the day, you see results, that brings you hope, doesn't it? Sure does. Brings you strength, hope, courage, all that great stuff. It helps you actually to deal with your circumstances in a way that's well, more than most people can. You're learning to live above your circumstances. So this requires focused time with me, the one who overcame the world. Okay, I'm teaching you how to overcome the world each day by day, practicing these disciplines, trying to regain your composure, and you're learning to live above your circumstances. And that requires the focused time with me, okay, like we're doing right now. Trouble and distress are woven into the very fabric of this perishing world. So only my life in you can empower you to face this endless flow of problems with good cheer. Okay, it's not tap dancing and whistling a tune. Some of you are doing it, but it can be done with a fair amount of good cheer, okay, with courage, we'll call it, okay? So, Only my life in you can empower you to face this endless flow of problems. That's how this stuff works, because trouble and distress are woven into this world. So I'm giving you tools. Now, one of these tools is just sitting here quietly in my presence. And as you sit quietly in my presence, I shine peace into your troubled mind and heart. And little by little, you are freed from earthly shackles and lifted up above your circumstances. Let me just lift you up above your circumstances right there. Okay, you are now up above your circumstances. Sit quietly in my presence. I shine peace into your troubled mind and heart. And each day we do this, little by little, you are freed from the earthly shackles and you're lifted up above your circumstances, aren't you? Aren't you? When you practice these disciplines and you find victory, you overcome the world. One time during the day, twice during the day, 3 times, you go from glory to glory to glory. You're overcoming the world because those earthly shackles are being lifted, or they're being removed. They're being freed from those earthly shackles. You are lifted above your circumstances now. You gain my perspective on your life. You have a new perspective on your life now, don't you? Ever since you came to this channel, didn't things kind of change slowly and surely over time? Now, don't you have this new perspective on your own life that's enabling you to distinguish between what's important and what is not? So rest in my presence, receiving joy that no one can take away from you. And don't hesitate to receive that joy. I bestow it on you abundantly. The more you rest in my presence, the more freely my blessings flow into you. I'm going to say it again because it's just so beautiful. The more you rest in my presence, the more freely my blessings flow into you. In the light of my love, you are gradually transformed from glory to glory to glory to glory. Aren't you? It's because it's through spending time with me that you realize how wide, long, and high and deep my love is for you. Now, sometimes this relationship I offer you seems too good to be true, but I pour my very life into you, and all you have to do is receive me. Not too hard. I pour my life into you. All you got to do is receive it. So, in a world characterized by working and taking, the admonition to rest and receive seems too easy because we're all used to working and taking. To rest and receive like this is almost too easy, huh? But that's the way it's supposed to be. There is an intricate connection between receiving and believing, isn't there? Isn't there this intricate connection between believing me so you can receive that blessing? Because there is. There is an intricate connection between receiving and believing. And as you trust me more and more, you are able to receive me and my blessings more abundantly. So be still and know that I am God. No, be still. No, you're a member of a royal family. You guys are my precious. You give me your attention, your time. This is precious time that we spend together. I couldn't give 5 minutes of anybody's time for the most important event that happens in human history here. Second time around. But 2,000-year-old prophecies are popping off left and right every day all over the planet. And yet, here you are at my channel. You see me in the clouds coming with power and great glory. If you see this face right here, you're seeing me in the clouds coming with power and great glory. It's fascinating. It's intriguing. Much like a TikTok thread, you can't look away from it. Okay? You get caught up in it like a good book. You're caught up with me in the clouds. We meet in the air of cyberspace, where I have gone ahead and made a channel here, my name, Brian Knight, my channel, where we can meet in the air of cyberspace. I went ahead and made a place that where I am, you may be also. When you believe and when you trust, then you get that hope. That's what this is all about. You guys have the hope now. You're practicing the disciplines. You're seeing results. Don't forget to say thank you. Sometimes when those prayers are answered and you see results, every once in a while, oh, thank you. I noticed it. Thank you. I overcame it. That was you. Thank you, Lord. And just a simple acknowledgement will open the door even wider. This is for you. Okay. This is how hard are you going to work on yourself? This is like, you can't cheat on this homework because that's cheating on yourself. So practice these disciplines. And when you practice a discipline, by default, that makes you a disciple. We have disciples here, real disciples that are practicing the disciplines I teach, finding the relief. They're finding the peace, the joy that overcomes their circumstances. They realize there's no mistakes. They're only learning opportunities. Some of you have found the code in the music and have all new joy through your songs. Okay, that's another avenue we can go later on, mainly for musicians who understand music a little better. Okay, so very important that you grasp how all this works, because at any moment you could be raptured, right? Well, the rapture word is not in the book. At any moment you could be caught up in the clouds with me. That's your decision. The moment you decide to believe and trust is the moment you are caught up in the clouds with me. And it doesn't happen on a certain day at a certain hour. It's ongoing. It's constantly ongoing. Okay? You're in your tribulation and you are overcoming the world. It's tribulation, one day at a time, one event at a time. And when you overcome it, you get a glory. And then there's more tribulation, but you overcome it, you get another glory. But there's more tribulation during that day, and you overcome it, and you get another glory. And you refuse to go down. You keep fighting. Okay? And you go from glory to glory to glory. And you're growing stronger. Everybody else is growing weaker while you're growing stronger. And the more you practice this, the better you get it down. More notches of victory you have in your belt, the easier it will be to rely on this and utilize it perfectly. It's hard to do. It's a simple concept, but it's hard to practice because there's so many distractions in the world. Okay? It's important that you grasp this concept and you grasp who I am. Okay? I've been through a lot and it's excruciatingly painful, but I do it for you because it teaches, it gives me more opportunities to learn and take the tools that I learned and give them to you. I give this freely as a gift to my children. Okay. When you believe me, you become a child of mine. Okay. You're a follower of mine. Like you follow on Facebook. Well, you follow on YouTube. You follow on TikTok. You follow me. You watch me. You study me, just like these faces and entities do. You're just like them. You watch, follow, and study my every move, like all these faces in the clouds. And now here's my face showing up on Easter. 2,000-year-old prophecy came true. And you guys are part of an exclusive family. This is not a religion. This is a relationship. When you trust a friend and they come through for you, you grow closer. You have a closer bond. Okay? Put a little trust in this. The more you put in, the more you get in return. If you only do a little, well, expect a little in return. But if you want real miracles, expect them and put this to use. It is for your benefit, so you can make it through these tough times. Okay, and keeping your chin up, keeping your spirits up. This is a battle for spiritual warfare. This is a battle for your mind. Okay, they want you so scared and so depressed and blah, blah, blah. Well, you can stand strong going, you're the one who should be sweating bullets, because I got a little secret here. I know somebody, and it's the real deal. And all the evil people that you think are getting away with everything, they're just getting more rope to hang with. Okay, so don't fret about the evil schemes. No matter what happens, it does not change your victory. You have victory already. You have glimpses of heaven right now. You have me with you right now, in the present moment, in my presence. Thank you for giving me your time, you guys. You want to spend a little more time here and go for more Faces in the Clouds or something? Halloween episode. Okay, good. Lizard Hunter, going through the comments here. Thank you, Lizard Hunter. Is real light. Ooh, there's a new face there. Hello, welcome, John White. You are awesome, dude. Matthew, good. What if AI wrote the Bible? No, you don't understand. I guess you haven't read the Bible yet, but has to be understood spiritually. AI has no spirit. Okay, it can't decipher anything spiritually because it's never been through any kind of pain. How's AI overcome? A broken arm, shattered shoulders, broken hips, broken feet, and with a smile on its face, and overcome all that pain and adversity while people were making fun of it and kicking it and sending it off to jail. AI has no experience doing that, so it's artificial experience, intelligence. Yeah, mine's real. Okay, I live this. And this has been happening to me. While revelation is happening all around you, it's physically happening to me, which is a way bigger, way different, and very disturbing sometimes. So thank you for bearing with me. Really quick here. Let's go through some more pictures in the clouds, huh? You guys like those ones? Let's go get caught up in the clouds a little more here. So what we're going to do is come over to this one here and just kind of show you the wolf here. The boy who cried wolf. Okay, well, guess what? There's really a wolf. You can see one eye here, one eye there, the ear coming out, snout coming down, the black nose, mouth open, and huffing and puffing, and clouds are coming out. Okay, there's a big bad wolf. Puffing and puffing, blowing your door down. So the boy who cried wolf, well, actually, he was the wolf. Okay, another wolfie. All right, and it's changing. It's slowly changing. You see this eye getting more defined on this side, while this one's getting less defined. It's changing into this face right here. Whoops, go that direction. Right there. Okay, it changed into that weird face, and you can see these eyes. One with a white pupil, one with a black. Okay, similar symbolization. Okay, there's activity going on in your clouds, you guys. UFOs are pointing them out all the time. You got this little guy. He just likes to pop out of the sky and come out of the cloud deck way down here. I mean, it's got an eye with a pupil and teeth, and the Pied Piper too. Very good. Lizard boy. That's right. The boy who cried wolf was also the Pied Piper. Same character, similar characteristics. Okay. Continue on with some more of these faces. This guy, like from Star Wars, the little guy that sits on Jabba's lap. You see the eye right there. Another cat eye type effect right there. Oh, where's the Grinch? I'll show you some more Grinch. Where to go right there? Yeah. Okay. Go into the store, take a couple pictures. The clouds are starting to do something funky. There's a little dog face starting to form, smash face pug with the nose here, his bottom lip coming up, eye. It's not very defined, but you can kind of see it forming right there. And then I come out of the store. Here's the last images before I went in right there, that last frame, this one and that one. And then when I come out of the store, it's turned into the Grinch. So that dog face that we see, the smash face bulldog turned into the Grinch. I come out of the store, the Grinch is sitting there staring at me. I'm like, oh, great. So I take a bunch of pictures of him. And he starts growing horns. And I keep taking more and more pictures, and all of a sudden the Grinch with horns starts turning into a dragon. Maybe that picture was a little bit better. They're better when they're further back, a little clearer. Okay. All kinds of crazy activity follows me everywhere I go. What's interesting is approaching people and just talking with people who have no idea I'm standing right next to them, interacting with them, and blessing them, and they, that guy was an interesting character. All right, what else did I have? I think that was about it for some of these, just really quick. This little round face that pops out right here, this little guy. See this, like a little goblin character, mouth, pug nose, eye, ear. He's holding his hand over one eye. You see his eye open up, it's white with a black pupil in it. And like a troll face on the other side of it. Here, let's back out a little bit. Okay, you can see it a little clearer there. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. And this little grumpy troll face over here. And then as these kind of blend away, they all kind of blend together here. What looks like a profile of Godzilla or some kind of lizard or dragon here with the eye, the nose coming down, the mouth, little beard right here, horn coming up here. It turns into the profile of a dragon, it looks like. I'll let you be the judge of that. You guys got spiritualized now. You see stuff as well that I don't point out. So more interesting stuff that I've captured. Where else can we go into the albums? We're no favorites here. Okay, just really quick with some of these. Some of these are flip books that I put together. All right, it's a stack of pictures that all. Okay, there's that face right there, bisected down the middle, black on one side. Here's this butterfly man kind of coming together with his face coming together, and you can see he's got his hand reaching out at the last frame there. So these cloud structures, as I'm taking pictures of them, they come together and gel. This is some kind of bird type character. Peekaboo. There's an eye in there. See that eye with the black pupil in it? He's covering his eye in peekaboo. Some kind of bird with this beak type structure. Toth character or whatever. And this stuff follows me everywhere I go. You guys would be tripping if you were walking around with me. You'd be looking up at the sky, freaking out, going, "What? No way!" Meanwhile, the people that are around me, I can't get 5 minutes of their attention to look up. Here's this alien lady on her back giving birth to the sun. There's this, Rugrats type character, cartoon character, midwife. All right. All spiritual events. This is the labor pains. You see her, you see her mouth open up and scream, and her eyes open up every time this baby comes out, or the little labor pains. Just crazy stuff in the sky, and it's all different and weird. Yeah, don't you dare cut me off right now. All right, this one. This is like some cartoon character, the goofy character, the long nose, and there's like a mouse, Tom and Jerry, like the Jerry mouse, is sitting on top of this guy's head, and he's lifting his eyelids, and his eyes turn white when the eyelids come up, and he sticks his tongue out because he's shocked what he sees. Okay, this is the spiritual realm, the lifting of the eyelids, forcing them to see or whatever, and then his tongue sticks out. And to take all these pictures and hold my arms up in like this is a wolf. Can you see the eyes up here and the nose coming down? Here's the big bad wolf turning into that face. All those pictures stacked on top of each other. Okay, and this isn't like CGI or computer generated AI. They're what's the other one? Photoshop. These are all real clouds, guys, and you can see that when they're up close, they're almost too big in your face. They come out clear when it's all compressed. And there's the Jesus turning into that lion face. Now, what I wanted to show you here also is this one. Okay, 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ear. This is a giant lion face in the sky. All right, back out. You can see a little clearer right there. It's really clear. That one didn't turn out as... That was a second or two later, but you can see this face right here. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. These things happen all around me wherever I go. Man, aren't you glad it isn't pareidolia? I mean, really, aren't you thankful that this is the real deal and that it's not pareidolia? I mean, wouldn't you be disappointed if this was just all fake and stuff? Because it's real deal. This is what you can lay your foundation on. Hey, Lion of the tribe of Judah. And this will make you look up at your clouds some more. The UFO activity that you're seeing, drone activity, that you're seeing. Kind of weird how they can't address this or address that about it. There's all these questions of why aren't you shooting down? Don't you remember we just had this activity over the Capitol just a couple weeks ago? We had UFOs buzzing DC, and there are all around the world. Other countries are picking these same things up. Been happening for a while now. At any moment, you can get caught up in the clouds. When you choose to is that moment. When you choose to believe me is that moment. It's an ongoing moment. It's not like a certain day and a certain time. It's any moment you could get raptured. You could get caught up with me in the clouds. That's me in the clouds. Here's more me in the clouds. Here, let's come on over. Here's me in the clouds. Getting caught up. Okay, so hopefully you guys get some peace out of this. Okay, remember tomorrow is a new day. It's got its its own stresses. So let one day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. I have to do it myself. Okay. So I go before you. I go through this process before you do, so I can learn from it, take those tools, and turn around and hand it to you so that you may walk the path too and find peace on your path. Okay. Whew. Is that it, Lord? You're going to motor mouth tonight or what? Okay. I think that's it. We did a reading. You've seen plenty of imagery. It's not a, hey, look at me thing. This is for your foundation. Okay. This is something you can lean on. This is something you can build on. Okay. The moment you believe me and you trust me, you will find the miracle. Okay. If it doesn't happen right away, keep working at it. Be persistent, because nothing worth having comes easy. So work at it as if you're working for the Lord, and you will get those results in the same order, in the same fashion. Sometimes your prayers to pray away pain or pray away adversity, it's the adversity that's the blessing. That's what's, you're overcoming it. That's what's making you stronger. So trying to pray away your adversity, well, it doesn't work. You're getting rid of your blessing. So just accept it, take it on, overcome it, go from glory to glory to glory, salvage your day. Sometimes maybe a couple, 3 times, maybe not even once a day. Some days are smooth. Other days, when you hit a bump, say your week's going smooth, but all of a sudden Thursday, got thrown around, went through the ringer. That's when you take a few minutes, step aside. Jesus, I trust you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the people I cannot change, the circumstances. Help me accept so I can find serenity. God, grant me the serenity to accept. The more you learn to accept that things are not in your control, that together we can make a masterpiece, try including this in your day, and you will indeed salvage your day, and you won't slip into depression and self-pity. You will shine, and that will shine into other people's lives. Okay? You're actually doing it. You guys are true disciples. You are, by default. I'm just a regular guy who does my thing. If you're over here following me, I don't say, hey, I'm a leader. No, you're here, caught up with me. You follow on YouTube. By default, that makes me a leader. By default, that makes you disciples. You did it. Just believe, trust, and while we're waiting, patient perseverance, keep going. This is spiritual warfare. Oh, how'd that one go earlier today, Lord? The soldier one. Oh, so we're in spiritual warfare. So a soldier gets trained on how to fight, not how to give up, how to overcome their circumstances. So much like a soldier, you are a spiritual warrior, and we're training you on how to overcome those obstacles in your battlefield. Okay. And you got to look at it that way. When you're out there in the course of your day, hold your head up, soldier. Keep fighting. Okay. Patience, perseverance. Sometimes we have to take a moment to regain composure. When you do lose composure, don't beat yourself up over it. Learn from that mistake and move forward. This is all about striving. When you're striving, you're fighting. You're fighting to be a better person. Okay, so you are a soldier fighting for a good cause, right? To better yourself. So fight hard for yourself, spiritual warriors. You guys are doing good. You're catching on to this, and it's I know it seems to be too good to be true, but that is the truth. I am the truth, the way, and the life. Give it a try. You will find that peace that transcends your circumstances. I love you all. I miss you all. I have to go for now. I got a lot more warfare going on in other realms with people that refuse to behave and listen. So we're going to clean that up a little bit, okay? Constant striving gives you that you feel now you're alive. You know, when you're out there amongst the people that aren't striving, that have no idea what they're doing, that you're the elite. You're a spiritual warfare warrior in the battle. You are in combat. And it takes its toll on you. So the Schumann going on, volcanoes going on, lies all over the place in this world. You are under fire from all directions. So put on that suit of armor, hold your head up, soldier, keep fighting, don't let this world win. Every time you salvage something, you are overcoming the world, aren't you? Keep going. You are getting stronger. You're getting more confidence. That's that confidence that we want, okay? It's that strength, that confidence of practicing this and having results. It's like target shooting. The first time you picked up the gun was kind of scary. The second time you figured out how to load it and you sent a couple bullets downrange. This is just an analogy. But after practice, you get better and better and better. And pretty soon, the gun is now a tool that can be utilized properly for your protection, for your peace of mind and safety, right? Well, same with this. This is your weapon that once you start using it and you get well versed at it, you are going to feel more secure that you have this in your arsenal. The ultimate weapon in your arsenal. Yeah. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I got to get going. I got more to go. There's a lot going on. So, in the meantime, hang in there. Patient, perseverance, persistence. Keep your head up. You guys are striving. You're making it. Just keep fighting, all right? And even if you don't get it right, don't beat yourself up. It's not a performance thing. It's your willingness to strive to be better. Love you all. Miss you all. Gotta go. Love. Until my next show, I am a man of my word. I will be back. I am already back. And I am still to come, which means I'll probably see you tomorrow night or something. Maybe even during the daytime. We'll see. Love you all. Bye.